Hi, Anna.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Thanks for having me, Carmen. I'm good.
You have your hot water. You're fine.
Yeah.
You don't like to drink cold water?
It's Asian bodied.
Also, it's almost winter in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Which means it's only 20 degrees or something. Only.
Yeah. So we have to stay. It's like 20 degrees is nothing to European.
What were you doing before? Because I saw you coming with a Fendi bag. Did you go shopping?
Oh no, it just happened. I'm a fan of Fendi. I can say that. So it was my birthday. Like my friend know that, and they sent me
birthday then.
the birthday gift.
What is it, shoes?
It was actually a handbag and the earrings.
Oh. These earrings?
No, the earrings stay at home.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I asked the questions. I love that. So Anna, you founded the Female Entrepreneurs Worldwide, FEW.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory, the name. So it's a network of women entrepreneurs and also executives, I guess. And it's the largest database of women entrepreneurs in Asia. So you have 20 to 20K members, but if we include China, 50,000 members. And the aim of this network is to give women access to resources, to network, to the capital they need. So basically, you help them grow their business. You provide cash grants, you provide revenue growth, fundraising strategies, all of that, and as much support as you can. But it's not only support. It's not only, we're doing networking events. It's not only that. It's also you talk about money. You talk about like media relationships, all these things that are way more professional than just only meeting people, I think it's very practical help, which I like because there's a lot of networking groups. But I thought reading more about yours, also I didn't know it before reaching out to you, and I thought that was an interesting aspect of it, that you really provide concrete help. So you had this idea to start this in London 10 years ago. And so you are based in Hong Kong now. The network is also, you've expanded the network in Southeast Asia and China. Shenzhen, Shanghai.
Shanghai,
Yeah, okay. So I had a question. Because it's a network, and now we say with the era of social media that what's valuable and what is money now is a community, because if you have a loyal audience and a loyal community, you have the room to sell something, whatever it is, and actually it's interesting because many businesses started from building a community, and then once they're very loyal, you can send them what you want, instead of having a super great product and then building a community over that. You know what I mean? So what's your vision on that? And actually, how do you make money with your network?
I like the question. It's pretty hard. My vision on FEW or the network, I would say in the beginning when we expand in different regions. So it was more on a large number of the female founders. So we had an APP in China. So basically we want to get women or female founders, as many as possible, but that was the story of startup. You need to have a huge database of your user base, and now slowly we think the quality is much important than the quantity. So that's why we changed the strategy from having a big group follower to like the quality one, and with higher stickiness. So that's why in the past couple of years, we changed the strategy of focusing on a big group to accelerator. So for the accelerator, we can focus on company or female funders with high potential. And then from there, we offer them with different, resources from financing, mentorship to publicity. So from there, we can curate, a better company relationship with those funders. So I think my vision is more on having a quality, group of female funders, and we could grow together.
Yeah.
Okay, your second question is, how do we make money? So
everybody's interested in that, right?
Yeah, of course. So we have been in the market pretty long enough, 10 years. So in the early years, we start as a membership platform.
Okay.
That was, membership is one of the basic or main revenue stream. And, a few years later, we start to develop accelerator. So far, we have company in fashion, beauty, and healthcare. So that was another source of the revenue because we help them to grow the business. And the third source of the revenue comes from consulting. Because we have been helping those companies to grow. And slowly, or female funders to grow, slowly those funders came to us for advice for business, so business strategy. And the fourth one is partnership with large company. So we have been doing a lot of co-branding program in China, in Southeast Asia, and Hong Kong. I think that corporate and the business consulting are now the major revenue for my company.
So actually you have different revenue streams. And I think that's maybe more also, it's wise that rather than putting all your eggs in the same basket. And it's a way also, I guess, to grow in different areas and to be known as for, to be an expert in different areas. So I had a question about why you're doing this, but not only why you're doing this. What I mean by that is you're helping women. Of course, you're a woman yourself. So is there a story behind this? Is there something, I don't know, because there's a lot of, I'm very interested in this, in helping women. It's really something dear to me. And I met a lot of women, either in business or charity. Helping women is something important to them. And a lot of them had a story, either something that happened to them or their mom, or there was something personal that triggered this need to do that. Is there anything like that in your story?
Interesting. I have been asked that, the reason why I start FEW. Initially, I just thought because I want to be an entrepreneur myself. So that was the strict answer.
Okay.
And slowly, I discovered maybe that was, because I came from a family which is very traditional. It's from Tutil to Zhao, like, from Guangdong area. So normally, the boys would be the one who take care of the family business.
Yes.
So the daughter who was supposed to, get married, they just after school study, and then the planning was more for the marriage. And that was my mom. Not yet. So that was my mom's life. Like my mom would just a stay-home mom and take care of the kids in her life. So I think watching her growing up, I don't think that is the life I want to pursue. And I do want to prove to my dad that I could be the one, like have some achievement. I think that was the reason I ended up starting my business and doing FEW.
Wow, I like that. I think. What do you think about the traditions? Because I think it's I don't think it's good to cancel all of it or embrace all of it. I think the balance is always a good idea to to find nuance. So I think that there are some good things from that culture, but also maybe things we can improve. Is I guess the tradition in China, Hong Kong is pretty strong, right? Do you think it kind of prevent women from doing things they aspire to do?
I think now it's getting better, especially in our generation. So women always can make their own choice, but sometimes I do find like women have to, spend more time on the family after they get married or have kids. So what I would say is, and also what I'm trying to do on FEW is to find a sustainable business model that we could work on. Because normally in the commercial world, like they would think, okay, you need to have a KPI or ultimate goal for your company, or get exit or go IPO in 3 to 5 years. So I would say for many female founders, business, they are more passionate and social impact driven. So I hope we could create a more sustainable ecosystem for women to work on.
And what does your mother say about what you do? Does she understand what you're trying to achieve, or?
This is a bit embarrassing though. So my mom, I have to be honest, she might not fully understand what I try to do. Because
not surprising.
Because she'll always say, hey, you shouldn't be that hardworking. You don't need to be that ambitious. So, fortunately, I mean, I have another a role model.
So I was about to ask you that.
So I wouldn't say my mom is not my role model, because my mom is pretty traditional. In a way, she has been teaching me a lot of good value, like family value. So this is something I find it really helpful in people relationship. And even in team management of this. But I have another woman mentor. She is really successful. Being a leader in her industry. So she's the one inspired me to achieve more. And she came to me and say, hey, Anna, I see your potential and you have great talent, and you should follow your dream, passion. She has been mentoring me when I was just a young girl trying to start my business. So I think because of 2 different role models in my life, I could, I think I'm more balanced as well.
We come again to this idea of balance. But I've seen that ambition in many cultures doesn't go with being a woman. That's unfortunate. But I feel like in very traditional countries, or even in countries, even in Western countries, I think it's still there that if you're a woman, it's difficult to say that you're ambitious, that you want to achieve this and this and that. And about FEW, there's something I had on my mind. It was women in business is definitely a topic that is dear to me as well, because I also have my business, and I can see it can be tough to navigate this business as being a woman, So do people, do you feel that there's a stigma on your business that you are more a charity than a business? Because I'm saying that because I know that for women, this stigma can exist, or the stigma that, oh yeah, you're a housewife and you have a a business for fun, but you don't need money. You know what I mean?
I think now it's getting better, but when we just start having the build, it was pretty challenging because 10 years ago, not much, no, not many people, understand the concept of women empowerment.
Yeah.
And so when we were the first one, brought the concept to Asia, and they assume we are NGO or charity.
Yeah.
But now, because we have been educating companies, media, even the government bodies on women empowerment, and the service we are providing is quite solid. So they understand that we are a company or platform trying to help female founders. And at the same time, even though we are not an NGO, but we also focus a lot on ESG and social impact. Yeah, so that is one of the big pillar in our company. So when we pitch investor, so we would talk to the investor that profitability might not be our first priority. We might not be the company that will go IPO in 5 years.
Yeah.
So I also have to make sure that those shareholders and investors share the same mission, because ultimately we are also a social, enterprise that we care about, the well-being of the shareholder stakeholder. Yeah, so that's why I think that is quite important. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're right. And actually, I had another guest lately in the podcast. He has a social enterprise, and actually, there's a big difference between charity and social enterprise. It's very different. Yeah. And as the network is across different countries, and is it also in Europe?
So we tried to do dual market before COVID, but since the COVID happened, and different reason, because Europe is still like different language and culture terms, so it's not easy to get into the market. So we're still finding the strategy for Europe market.
Oh, okay. Because I would be curious to know how to approach this in Europe versus in Asia, because the culture is very different. Being a woman in Asia is different from being a woman in Europe. So also from your own experience, because you were in London at some point, what differences do you see between women entrepreneurs in Europe and in Asia, or executives?
I would say the big difference I observe, maybe Asian women are more relationship driven. I'm not sure if you found that.
Okay.
And European founders normally more individual. Yeah. So, but at the same time, I do see when it comes to business itself, Asian women could be quite aggressive.
Yeah.
And
what do you mean?
Aggressive in a way they are more money driven.
Oh.
But European, I respect them a lot on when they develop the business, they focus more on the social impact. So I think that is pretty
interesting. It's true that at least in France, there's talking about money is a bit taboo. Yeah, it's difficult to talk about money. If you go in Paris and ask people how much they earn, no one will tell you. Compared to the US, everybody talks about money and it's fine.
Yeah.
So there's a big cultural difference. So let's say, I'm a woman. I own my business. If I knock at your door, what exactly can you do for me?
So we have different top service would be depending on your business nature. So first of all, we welcome every woman to learn about how to run business or investment. So we have different workshops happening in our studio in Central. For the second tier, that would be more like a premium membership. So that one we usually need interview with the founder, because we need to make sure that we could be helpful to the business too. Cover a lot on mentorship and business matching kind of introduction and publicity. And the third one would be more like for well-established business owner. So normally they usually have a problem in their company. So they came in, for example, they need to fundraise for their new project, or they need to, launch a product in a new market. So this is where we come in.
Okay. And interesting. And let's say, what about China? Because you told me about China in our call last time, and in the intro we said that there are 20K members, but if we include China, 50K members. So what happened there? You there, but also you want to tackle things. I don't know what happened.
So really interesting. So for China market, we entered the market in 2015 when we get the first investment from our shareholder.
Okay.
So they told us Hong Kong is too tiny. We have to get into China market. So fortunately, one of the shareholders sit in a real estate group. So we get a lot of support from the real estate group in China. So that make us our life easy in China. So we had a big launch, successful partnership with a lot of local government bodies and chambers. And I would say it's a big success in terms of branding. Because slowly we found out actually China is too big as a market, and each city have their own culture and even language. So even we speak Mandarin, but interestingly, in terms of the marketing channel and networking approach and culture, it's still really different. And so that's why we found out actually we can't really, tackle the whole China, but by city. So that was the time we focused more on Shanghai and Shenzhen. But, the investment you have compared to other Chinese company or Chinese capital, is really small because they would talk like multi-millions.
Yes.
So that's why in terms of the competitiveness, how to compete with the local market is not easy. Second is I would say different factor that might be out of your control as a business owner. That was the COVID came. So 3-year COVID, I had to close the office in Shanghai and Shenzhen.
Okay.
So, but now we are back to China again.
Okay.
The strategy changed. Instead of working on the members, we work with large company from the US, from the Europe to enter China market. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. So actually it's funny. Hong Kong was too small, but China was too big. So you had to tackle by students. Okay. And is there an example of a business, because you help women entrepreneurs, but also businesses that are focused on helping women. So there are actually part of your community there. There are men who own businesses that help women. Is that understood well? That's right? Yeah. Do you have an example of someone, of a member you helped and whose company grew a lot?
So I could give you maybe a few, like member I think they're doing a good job. So one your first question is we have men in, right? Like so we do incubate company run by male founders, but their products are for women.
Okay.
So one of them is a hair product. Two founders are French actually. So they came to us because they want to do fundraising. And we look into the product because it's for women, and they also focus on ESG. So that's why we, accept them in the accelerator and help them to grow. And we introduce, help them with the business kind, like matching. So we push their product to some hotel group and fitness group. So, and second is we also lab some investor for the funders. So that is the, male funder we have been incubating, but they doing a good job. So they started here in Hong Kong, and now they expand regionally. So even airport are using their product. And the second...
Can you say the name of the company or not?
I could send you the name. So the founder's name I can maybe tell, like Terry Appison, yeah.
Okay.
So the second one I'm really proud of is Anina Ho. She is tech founder. Because not many women founder in the tech industry. She's studying Harvard, and after she learned about blockchain and tech, she started her own company in tech, and so she has been the one that's really helping her to engage investor. And her last sales revenue was pretty big. Yeah.
Oh, that's can you say?
Yeah, it should be multi-million Hong Kong dollars.
Wow.
So I'm quite happy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great story. Cool. Well, it's already our last question. I ask it to all my guests. And is there any lessons that you learned throughout your entrepreneurial journey that you would like to share with fellow entrepreneurs? Lessons or pieces of advice that you would have liked to hear when you started, and to share with either aspiring entrepreneurs or actually current entrepreneurs?
Actually, lots of lessons though.
Yeah.
Not just one.
I think every day you learn a lesson, probably.
Absolutely. But I think I would love to share the 3 key points that, one of my good friends who had successful company shared with me in day one. He told me that 3 things if you want to start a business, you have to you need to consider these 3. One is the product, the product you are selling or service, and the second one is cash. Cash is king.
Yes.
The third one is the team. So product, cash, and the team.
Okay. Well, sounds good. Yeah. Very direct, very straight to the point. Well, thank you so much, Anna.
Thank you, Carmen.
Thank you for sharing about your personal story.
It would be useful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.